Tesla is getting ready to report earnings, and as you can see here, lots of folks are excited about it. So we got the Wall Street Journal talking about record quarterly earnings amid Wall Street unease, right? We've got lots of major companies in tech slashing jobs, going through slower starts to 2023. So it'll be interesting to see how Q4 2022 earnings are, and then what Tesla and team have to say about 2023 in this company. So before we look at the charts, important reminder that trading investing can be extremely risky business. Therefore, it's your responsibility to evaluate any information, opinion, advice, or other content contained in my video. My name's Hema Reddy, and I'm here to help boost your trading and that of my tribe using price, time, and momentum. So here are the charts that we're going to look at today, starting with a weekly chart, starting with a monthly chart of Tesla. Now, in this chart, you can see that we have a indicator down below. It's my RSI Power Zones indicator, and candlesticks plotted. So each candle represents an entire month of price action. Now check this out. We are back on the monthly chart of Tesla at a prior oversold level. So what this means is that this is an area where Tesla has run up previously, and we're back close to it again. Also, the month, while not complete, is showing as bullish, is showing a move to the upside. And I'm going to grab some levels really quick that will help us determine where in last month's range we may rally up to. All right, so I just paused there real quick, and you can see that there are a few levels that are important here. And I'm getting these levels using my Gann candlesticks approach, nano twisted candlesticks. So we already traded through 130.91, but these are two resistance levels I want to watch out for as the earnings comes out, looking at the post-market action, and for rest of week's trading into February. So what I'm going to do here is now take this monthly chart and change it to a weekly time frame, okay? Right in front of your eyes. And what this does is it brings over the analysis that I did on the monthly chart, but now it allows me to analyze weekly candlesticks. So you can see that we've been recovering higher off of the January 6th week ending, January 6th, and that was a hammer candle, so a traditional candle pattern that signifies a bottom, okay? Hammer means like hammering out the bottom of a steel drum. So think of it that way to help you remember what a hammer signifies. Now, we have been recovering higher, and doing so with the RSI Power Zones lifting from the bear support power zone. So that's an area of expected ceasing of downside momentum when a market is in a bear market, as Tesla has been essentially since the entirety of 2022, right? We fell from the January high in 2022 and are still lower, although recovering right now. So looking at this framework, what I want to look at is actually more recent moves, and I'll come back to you with a couple resistance levels. All right, so check it out. I added two more resistance levels, and this time I put the labels off to the left, all right? And these lines are slightly less thick. So this is something new I'm trying out, where when I put resistance on the chart and share it with you guys, the monthly and the weekly lines are thicker because they represent more significant data, and they narrow down as we go to a daily. All right, now we can see that there are a couple levels up ahead, and I want to take this to a daily chart and do one final look and give you where I think Tesla could trade into their earnings release and afterwards. So we're going to change this exact chart to a daily. Okay, so I still have all my levels on here. And now I'm going to bring in some additional techniques. So first I'm looking at the recovery off of the January 6th low. So what was a hammer on the weekly chart is now a bullish engulfing candle on the daily chart, okay? And it engulfed a doji. So again, these are traditional candle patterns, but at the time they occurred, could have been traded using my Gann candlestick techniques. Now, I'm looking at a long-term forecast that I separately calculated for Tesla to continue to rise into early March. All right, guys, that doesn't mean a straight trek higher and that just buy every day. No, no, no. We want to buy on weakness, right? We want to buy in any dips that may present themselves so that we can later sell on strength. So where we get an opportunity to buy Tesla here? Well, I'm going to draw a very simple technique, a trend line. Now, how I draw trend lines, okay, connecting two lows and then projecting out from that final one, it shows you that I'm not best fitting the line, okay? I didn't connect the first low out to one of the more recent ones. I connected two sequential lows in this market, and the third one actually confirmed and touched. So great. That gives me an area of support to watch. And if you look at it based on today's levels, this is approximately, in a ballpark it here, it's about 135, 136. In that area is the support. So that could be a good buying level for Tesla. The thing is, that only remains the case so long as Tesla remains above this low here at 124.31. If the market pulls below this trend line and breaks below 124.31, we could see a retest of these lows back from January, okay? And now, because I did the analysis on the weekly and monthly charts, you already have mapped to the upside what levels we could trade up to. I am going to look at the daily chart and see if there are any others to add and bring in, you guessed it, those blue horizontal lines, but this time slightly thinner to represent the daily chart. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so here we have it. The thinnest blue horizontal lines that you see here are the daily chart-based resistance levels that I just added in. So isn't this cool now? We have like a gradient, right? The thicker the line, the more significant the resistance area or cluster. And the thinner the line, the less significant. Those still helpful. So we have a pathway now that we can see resistance unfolding on Tesla. And let me add this final bit here, guys. When you look at the action of the daily Tesla chart, it has essentially been experiencing what's called bear zone domination or red zone domination since mid-August of 2022. Living between the bear support power zone and bear resistance power zone. This is a very important phenomena to monitor. So even though we're recovering higher, I want you to watch the RSI power zones coming into that upper boundary of the bear resistance power zone. If on this rally higher, if it continues into earnings, post-earnings, if Tesla is not able to see the RSI power zones break above that 65 level and just kind of hangs out, be very, very careful about adding any new positions, okay? You may want to start raising your stops to protect. Big picture though, I think that the most immediate upside target is this zone between 166.19 and 176.25. It's a short-term upside target. Bigger picture upside target is here at the 207.81, which is also very close to this old bottom from 206.86, just 5 cents apart. So there you have it, folks. The map using price, time, momentum, looking at Tesla. Again, big picture. I do have a long-term forecast for a journey for upside into March, but I want you to be focused on the wiggles and short-term in between so you can best navigate any long-term move higher. Catch you next time.